Spirit and politics. As readers know, spontaneous beauty seeks to be in the world, but not of it. When it comes to politics, this means to be mindful of current events, but not to be so absorbed in them as to lose touch with spirit. If we have an earthly persona, we must set it aside when we enter this temple of the soul. Here, we speak only from the higher self, interpreting, as best we can, the guidance that comes from spirit through meditation and contemplation. To be frank, spirit does not concern itself with politics. Spirit's only concerns are love and compassion. While the reader may believe this should tilt spirit in favor of one political position or another, or one candidate or another, spontaneous beauty does not find this to be the case. Spirit allows its love to flow into and through the entire universe. Moreover, that flow is not hindered by obstacles in the form of individual personalities that do not consciously accept love or compassion. Spiritual love flows around these obstacles like boulders in the stream, all the while seeking to erode and undermine them until they succumb to its irresistible pressure. Spirit is patient, knowing that all beings come home to it in the end. Nor does spirit find greater comfort in one form of government over another. We must be mindful that our mission in this physical universe is not to create heaven on earth, but to connect with spirit at all times and in all places. Spirit is present in democracies and dictatorships, in freedom and oppression. Circumstances that bring out the worst in some bring out the best in others. The power of spirit is often demonstrated most brilliantly when it is challenged. Our task is to accept spirit into our consciousness regardless of circumstances. But it seems sometimes that spirit flourishes most in those who are subjected to merciless treatment at the hands of oppressive governments. This is not to say that we should seek out oppression, but only that we should be mindful of the lessons to be learned from it. Does this mean that those who seek the path of spirit should acquiesce to political trends that appear antithetical to love and compassion? It does not. We are called upon to act lovingly in all aspects of our lives, and that includes the choices between political philosophies and candidates. But it does mean that we must follow the compassionate path consistently and without prejudice. Even if government becomes cold and selfish, we must remain loving and compassionate, even redoubling our efforts. We must maintain an attitude of love, not only for those whom society rejects, but for those who lead by appeals to selfishness or hatred. In other words, we must not be corrupted by the politics of ego to behave in egoic ways. One has only to think of the examples of Jesus, Gandhi, and Martin Luther King to understand the meaning of this. We must not withhold our love and compassion from those who seem to have none, for they are the ones in greatest need. At the same time, our devotion to spirit may require us to refuse cooperation with and to work to resist negative powers. Spirit is the only irresistible force in the universe. In adverse times, it whispers to us, everything will be all right in the end if you follow me. Assured of the eventual triumph of Spirit, we can endure the depredations of egoic forces, even as we work to eliminate them. We can feel compassion for souls oppressed by ego, even as we strive to free them from it. The more comfortable we are in that assurance, gained by communion with Spirit in meditation, the greater our equanimity in the face of turmoil. And it is that equanimity, in the end, that will deny ego the victory. Armed with love, we can give the lie to the belief in the power of selfishness and hatred. And a tidal wave of compassion can sweep away the ill-formed foundations of distrust and fear on which ego seeks to build its fortress. Spontaneous beauty believes that even this testing ground of a universe is trending toward greater love and compassion despite setbacks. It is possible to believe that it is the general, if gradual, increase in the vibrational level of the world that makes the appearance of negative base vibrations so startling. As much power as hatred and fear wield in the world today, they wielded more in the past. Whether or not heaven on earth is attainable, it is still a worthy